Hey everybody, it's Murgle, and in this one today I want to discuss those 7.3.5 Epilogue cinematics. I'm sure most of you will have gotten to have seen them by now, seeing as it's Friday and it's been a couple days, but I just want to cover some points about them that I'm curious and intrigued on what your guys' thoughts are. Anyways, this first part, if anything, the first thought I had of them was kind of, boy, this is... The faction leaders didn't care at all, right? I want to point out the lack of any care from either side, right? I mean, let's be real, okay? Sargeras just jabbed a giant sword into the planet, and the only people on the entire planet that bothered to go check at all are the goblins. I find this just really funny, okay? Because as Azerite is presented to either faction's leaders, they seem so surprised, but really a simple scoping of Silithus would have shown the same thing to them. They would have seen it right away. But with the cinematics, we're led to believe that no one even cared that Sargeras nearly turned the entire planet into a shish kebab. And even if they did care, right? It's really a shock that neither faction's leaders, at least, they could have sent some kind of scout to go check it out, right? Just something, just to say, boy, that's a lot of damage to the planet. I mean, it's just the utter lack of any regard for what happened. It cracks me up. But I guess you have to say, to a degree, the SI-7 did send agents, but they weren't sending agents to go check up on the planet. They were only sending them to go see what the goblins were doing. So, I just find that funny. That's the first part, but that's not really what this video is about. So let's just get on to the other points, right? Now, what I really find interesting is something that was displayed in both cinematics, right? And it's the question of who the person at the end is. I really like this question. I've been reading a bunch of forums and stuff, and gosh, there's so many different varying opinions. But the person at the end of the cinematic is shown for both the Alliance and the Horde. And what bothers me, though, is I just want to know who it is. And it very well could be a nobody, right? It could just be some random nobody. Just an SI-7 agent that they're using, so you realize the transgressions between the Horde and the Alliance are about to escalate. So they just needed to throw someone in there to get it going, right? But I want to believe that the person is presented because it's an important figure to both factions. I want to believe that. However, when I look up on a couple of the popular WoW websites, like the WoW databases and stuff, at all the members in SI-7, right? All the prominent members are the ones that are, well known, all that stuff. And no one really sticks out. I looked up all the human female characters. None of them really made any sense. And there's not much of a chance it's an elf. I guess it could be, but there's no ears. So, the elf ears, they stick out pretty high. You'd have to assume that it's got to be a human character of some sort, just a human model. So, who could it be, if not a random nobody? Which is also a very... This is the conspiracy theory thing right here. One, it could be Jaina. I mean, the person's model does it similar, right? It's similar to Jaina's model. But I don't think it's Jaina. It's just some of the things that people suggested. And then on top of it, could this person be like some kind of double agent type style? Because at the end, right, of the end of the cinematic, Matthias ends his conversation with, "Don't worry, we have eyes on it." He's referring to people watching Silithus, and it pans out, and then you see this person. And then Gallywix is talking to Sylvana, and Sylvana says, "Don't let the Alliance know anything about this." And Gallywix responds with, "Don't worry, we have people on it." And again, pans out to the same person, same ending scene. So, this person could be getting information on the opposite faction, or they're making it seem like maybe that's how it is, and gives it that very, That's why I just want this person to be more than just a normal random nobody. But who knows? Let me know what you think down below about this individual. And finally, the last thing to discuss, those fun little Il'gynoth whispers again. There's a lot you could do with them now that the story's unfolding more. But the Azerite sure does get that, you know, my precious vibe to it. By the way, that Anduin and Sylvanas both seem overly obsessed with the new powerful substance that shines bright on the surface but masks shadows beneath or underneath. We've already mined old god blood in the past before, right? It's it's already happened. Happened with Yogg-Saron because Yogg-Saron, his blood turned in Saronite, right? A crystallized substance that we mined and turned into a bunch of stuff. Now Azerite powers up the necklaces, but it wouldn't be that far-fetched to believe that maybe Azerite isn't just the blood of Azeroth, but, you know, like a dash of old god in there as well. Since there was a certain old god that was defeated in Soltis. Know what I'm saying? Very, very easy to think that he could have got cut on the way down below and just a little quick, you know, a quick dash of But anyways, thank you for watching. Let me know what you thought of this down below. Your thoughts, ideas, who you think this person is. Maybe it's a nobody. Maybe it's just a way to get the story rolling, right? Hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you all again real soon. Bye-bye.